Hey everybody, it's Jasmine and today I'm bringing you guys day 3 of my Kaleidos series. Today I'm using one of my favorite palettes from the bunch and this is going to be the Sci-fi green palette. I created this really nice bright green smoky eye for you guys and I hope you guys all enjoy. So let's go ahead and get started. I have to meet my friend in about 40 minutes. I need to put some eyeshadow on my face and I need to tell you guys a story. So today I'm using the Sci-fi green palette and I want to do a green smoky eye, go figure. So this morning, if you are wondering why I look so out of it and so tired, this morning I woke up at 3:30 a.m. and I drove all the way to San Francisco and I was working with a client. And then I came home at 7:30 and then I slept until 12:50 and I was like, oh my god, I have to meet my friend at 2. Currently it is 1:20 and I'm like, oh, like I could go without makeup, but I had already planned this whole series and each day needs to go according to plan. You know what I mean? Like I scheduled for this series. But while I was finishing working with my client, I went over to my car. You know, I had my things in hand. This time I had to park really far because there was no parking, which is not a big deal, but at 6 in the morning, it was kind of scary. So while walking to my car, I heard a car just sneak up on me. So I turn and I look at the car and then the car passes me and it starts to back up and I kind of just stood there for about 5 seconds because I'm kind of contemplating my entire life. Where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do? And then the car just stops backing up. I don't know why he was backing up in the first place, and then drives away. And so at that point, I wait until he drives out of my vision and I sprint to my car. And I had these 2 really large bags filled with my working equipment and I'm frantically just throwing everything in my car, but I'm just so small. And so I'm just like trying to, I would normally put it in my trunk, but I was like, no time. Go in the driver's seat and toss it over to the passenger side. And then I see this car roll up to my car and I'm like, oh, they probably just wanted a parking spot. I just think it's so hard to be a woman nowadays because you just never know. You seriously do not know what is going to happen at any time. And I was so scared because I didn't know what to do in that moment. And you know, you hear all the time, oh yeah, make sure you bring a taser, make sure you do this and that and this. And then in the moment you're like, because you're just scared. Well, at least I was. So yeah, and then I came home and I went to take a nap. I was like, okay, I'm just really tired, and I ended up sleeping for like 5 hours, which is fine. It's okay. I'm gonna take the darker green and get this all over the eyelid area. I've been using this one brush for this series. I should have been using Kaleidos brushes because I almost forgot that that existed, but I'm using a Kaleidos brush. They don't number these, they kind of just have the set. So I'm just using the blending brush and just packing that on and then blending the edges. I'm gonna take my blending brush. This one was the one that I used to blend out the original transition shade. And I'm just gonna go over these edges just to make sure everything is handy dandy. This black is really pigmented and I do want to utilize it, so just gonna go into the outer corner here before we take a blending brush to blend it. I dipped my brush into the dark green and now I'm gonna go right on top of the black, and this is just gonna transform the black into another dark green. It's just gonna add another element of darkness. And look at how well that blended in, man. I really do love this palette. I think out of all of the palettes, this one might be my favorite because the greens are so easy to blend. I love the shimmer shades. It's like you get one where it's like a yellowy green and then you get one that's kind of an olive green. And then all of the colors just go so well together. It's definitely one of my favorites. So if you are thinking of getting any of the palettes, this one is definitely my top recommendation for sure. I'm using one of their highlighters in the shade Laser Glazer, and this one is like this duochrome shade. It's almost like a brown to a green, but it also has some yellow. I'm gonna put this on my eyelid because I think that this is a beautiful shade. Look at that. Yes, right when you get towards that edge, just pat your finger and it'll blend for you. Look at her. How stunning. And this green isn't like the greens in the palette. This one's just a little bit more brighter. It has a little bit more dimension to it. And that's why I wanted to use it, because it just seemed like a fun time. It seemed like a good moment. They really knocked it out the parks with these colors, because so far there hasn't been a palette or a product that I've been super disappointed in. I mean, of course, you know, that neon palette that we used yesterday, like those colors like aren't my favorite, but I'm not going to knock off points just because I don't like a color scheme. But you know, for the formula, it was actually still pretty good. I'm gonna do a little bit of eyeliner just because I feel like this look would look so beautiful with a nice wing. I'm gonna add a brown eyeliner to the waterline just so it's not too intense. I don't want this to be just black and green essentially. I kind of just want to give it like a different vibe. I almost forgot about my lashes. These ones are Lilly lashes in Miami Flare. I accidentally sneezed and then my lash came off, so I'm re-gluing it. I'm just stamping the darkest green on the lower lash line, and then I'm gonna use the brown eyeshadow to blend it out. Hey Siri, what time is it?
It's 1:37 p.m.
1:37. The lash glue and the mascara are still drying, so I'm just gonna look like this for a minute, but I wanna go in with the Star Surfer highlight. I feel like this will be a nice natural highlight as opposed to the green one today, because I am gonna go just see a friend, we're gonna go have lunch, and then we're gonna go shopping. This highlight definitely has a soft pink hue. I don't know if you guys are able to pick it up because it's like blending into the blush, but I kind of like that. I like a little pink with green moment, a little watermelon moment. For my lips, I'm using the ColourpopxILUVSARAHI Curvii lip liner. And right on top, I'm using my lip tonic by Kaleidos in the shade Injection. And just like that, we are completed with the look. I went ahead and just straightened my hair a little bit and I'm ready to go. I'm so hungry, so I'm so happy that we're gonna go have sushi right now. Other than that, I hope you guys all enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you guys get a chance to check out this palette in particular because this is the best. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I am on time. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow for day 4. Bye. Peace out, Girl Scouts.